What's up, y'all? It's Mel and Keisha back with another Eating Chat. I'm Mel.
I'm Keish.
And this is a walk in the fat woman's shoes. How y'all doing, MK Saints, visitors, passing throughs? Tonight's Eating Chat is crabs. I have a crab salad. Keisha has king crab. She drinking on that good old H2O.
You are too.
No. I have a little Dr. Pepper creamy coconut zero.
Big Gurt is not here, but she will do what? Save you in a crisis. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. How to get a big Gurt, a big swole, a big baby, or even a male baby will be in the description box below. So you gonna click that link. You're gonna get yourself on your order to yourself. Go on, do it. Go on, do it. You ready? God is good. God is great. Thank you for the meal. I trust you. Show their name. Bless your prayers. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So what's going on with you guys tonight? Let us know what y'all eating and if y'all eating with us. Also let us know what's going on in y'all neck of the woods, how's your weather treating and what y'all did today. Y'all know when I'm nosy. Y'all know I'm nosy. So yeah, we gonna take this.
Man. I guess she not
We gonna
letting him
get
put
into
him
this.
back up, put her back on the chain. I could teach him how to do that.
Drinking out my little cup I got from Dollar Tree.
I'm a master at that one.
What?
You know when, look, our neighbor is having disciplinary problems with his dog. And she was on the chain. She broke off the chain. But she must don't want him to put her back on the chain. I can teach him how to put her back on the chain.
Mm-hmm.
But in his defense, he don't walk him. See, because even though my dog didn't like the chain, she loved the leash. And I used to take her for walks every day. And then I put her back on the chain. One day I went to go put her back on the chain. She was like, no, you ain't put me on the chain. I went, oh.
Not today, light skin.
I was like, that's what we doing? You gonna tell me no? So what I did was I took the leash, I ran it through my pole, and I wrapped her ass around it so she couldn't move point blank. And then I left her. I went back a few hours later, well, maybe a couple of hours later, and I picked up the chain. I was like, are you ready to get on this chain? We not gonna do this. The chain is where you gonna be. And she was like, yeah, just come on. Just put the chain back on me. So I picked the chain up, I put it on her, and I let the leash go. And she was like, okay, we good. But the thing about Rottweilers is when they get to be around 3 years old, they want to be defiant. And she was around 3 years old at that time. So I had to show her, okay then, you know, I run this, not you. And they always be talking about the Roddy rumble. No, whenever she growled, it was not good. Whenever she growled, no. She was standing on business with her growl.
That thing is crazy.
How you know? You ain't never go around her.
Who?
Princess.
Oh, she used to scare the life out of me.
And she should. That's my baby though.
She ain't used to bark at me. She just scared me.
Was it because of her size or her markings?
Probably both.
She was only like 55 pounds though. Snow was bigger than that.
Still scared me.
She was what?
Still scared me.
I don't know why she should have been your best friend.
Why you say that?
Because I don't know what the hell old girl did to her, but she could not stand her. I know she bit her about 2, 3 times.
She let me come by.
The only reason I didn't really let them play with her was because they were never used to a dog. And even though I could do her whatever I wanted,
Excuse me, give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all.
the only reason I didn't let them play with her was because they were small. And she weighed more than them. Matter of fact, you know how we was talking to a little girl before? The other day, and we was talking about why I never wanted a dog that wasn't a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
She's the reason why.
Wow.
Because even though I got her as a puppy, she was like an older puppy.
Yeah.
And she was about, man, 4 months maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first got her, whenever I go to touch her, she'll bite at me. Like, not puppy nips, like real bites,
Oh,
you know? But she loved food. That's how I was able to slowly break her out that.
Yeah.
And but see how this broad out here down for her puppies?
Mm-hmm.
Princess wasn't like that. She was like, please get these fuckers away from me. By the time her puppies was that size,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't want to be rocking with them at all.
Wow.
She did have 2 favorites though. And that's the 2 I kept. They were both girls. One looked like a shepherd, and the other one looked like a black pit lab. And that's the 2 I kept. She had 9 puppies. So 2 of them died. And I gave one to my neighbor. I gave one to my partner. You know, I still was able to see them. But one puppy, it looked like a cinnamon lab. They stole her dog. I was like, wow.
That's good. You want some, baby?
Man, I I was watching this show on Hulu, and I don't know. I felt some kind of way because it was shows. They say 1,200 kids are kidnapped every day. I went, wow, that's a lot, and only 50% make it back home. But there was this little girl. I don't I don't understand what people are teaching their kids nowadays. Because back when I was growing up, well, to tell you the truth, did they really teach you about being kidnapped?
No.
But
they
you knew
did
you
teach me
didn't
not
want
to
that.
get right. They did teach me not to get in the car with nobody I ain't know.
Right.
And even if it was one of their friends, still don't get in the car with them. Cause if they ain't in the car with them, don't get in the car with them.
Look, I knew if it wasn't my parents or my grandma or my uncle not to go with them. You know?
Right.
And I'm watching this show, the little girl on her way home. And she decided she was grown enough to walk by herself because she was so excited about her birthday. Okay, that's fine. But you got other siblings that go to school with you. Why didn't you wait for them? Like, and then 8 years old, that means you like in the 3rd grade.
Right.
I wish I would go somewhere by myself when I was in the 3rd grade. Just leave it upon myself to go somewhere nilly-willy and say forget the group. My mama would have told my ass off the bone. And
We all hung tough.
what?
We all hung tough. Nobody wasn't walking by themselves.
Right. And so this little girl like, oh, it's my birthday. I want to run home to my birthday party and all that. Okay, fine and dandy. But she said, as she walking, she sees an unfamiliar car in the neighborhood. Red flag.
How old was she?
8 years old.
Ain't no way.
And then she said as she walking up, she looked at the car, and the man in the car made eye contact with her through the mirror. And as she got closer, he got out the car, and he started telling her, talking to her, and he was telling her that he was hurt and he needed help. God forgive me. I don't know what kind of help you need, but I'm too little to help you.
Right.
Let me go find you some help.
Right.
But she decides, okay, well, he's hurt. I can help him. That's why I always told my kids, I don't give a fuck what's going on. To keep you safe, you go to an adult that you trust.
Right.
And if you're not at school, you come home and tell me. Don't let them get you.
Right.
And see, and that's the thing that I miss about New Orleans. Regardless of how it went, there was a sense of community. There was always some old lady on the block whose kids had grown and moved away, but she would still sit outside and
Right.
watch the neighborhood.
Right.
They don't have that out here.
Not at all.
Then, because this little girl, this man got out the car and told her he was hurt and he needed something that was in his car already. Now that right there
Was a red flag.
was another red flag. I'd have been like, but you been sitting in your car. But like I was telling Keisha, the moment that we made eye contact, I'd have to take off running.
Right.
And if I didn't, I'd have went to one of my neighbor's house and knocked on the door. Because she said as they was in the car, after he got her in the car, as they was pulling off, he passed her house. She said she was only like 3 doors away from her home. I was like, and you didn't think the fucking house?
Wait, before she went help them?
Yeah.
I'd have whipped her ass when she got home. I'd have been happy to see her, but I'd have bust that ass.
She said she was only like 3 doors away from home. Ain't no way I would have stopped and helped nobody and I was 3 doors away from home. And ain't nobody on the streets. You ain't got nobody to even help you at that point.
Fuck no.
But long story short, he told her his hip was hurting and he needed help. So she was like, what you need help with? And he told her, I got a roll of duct tape. Another red flag, you heard me? Can't nobody be like, what duct tape? And you want me to get it for you? Fuck no.
And that was, and she was talking about it?
Yeah,
That's just as worse as me wanting to be on the fucking milk cart.
right. And she went to his car.
So, yeah.
And as soon as she got down to get the duct tape, he fell on her. And then he tied her up and threw her in his car. Now, in that little girl's case, thank God she saved herself. And what I mean by that is, she, after he kidnapped her, Once she started being famous on the news, he decided it was time to get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
But his stupid ass left the keys to the lock that he locked her in the car with on the back seat and told her don't touch those keys.
Hey, he felt like she was dumb enough to get in the car.
Maybe. And when he got out the car to go talk to whoever he went to talk with, she got the keys and unlocked the lock. But God had sent her an angel. Because the man that saved her, he was supposed to be off from work. But his job called him and said, come work 2 hours for us today because we could really use the help. And he said even though his wife was mad because it was his son's birthday, he went in. And once the little girl unlocked herself or whatever, he was, traveling the road or whatnot. And she ran away from the man. He was screaming for her. Yeah. I don't know what made him think she was going to return to him.
Right.
Because he had already attempted to rape her. But it didn't work for him. So when that happened, he decided to dispose of her. And she said she kept standing in the side of the road screaming, help, help. And nobody wanted to help her.
Man.
But the man that saved her, she jumped in front of his 18-wheeler. So he ain't have no, nobody don't want to smash no child. So he had no choice. What?
I beg to differ. We might not want to.
And,
I know somebody that did.
You know somebody who 18-wheeler ran
No,
over
that
a child?
wanted to smack the kid.
Who? Who? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And this little child jumped in front of the 18-wheeler, and because her parents had her on the news like that, constantly searching for her, not giving up, he recognized her. He told her, she told him his name, and she told him where she was from. And she said something about that man she felt she could trust.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Cause that'd
you
been
felt that
fucked
way
up.
about the duct tape man.
I've been fucked up. You got away from one kidnapper onto another one. Y'all forgive me, but that'd been fucked up. That'd been fucked up. Come on.
No, he knew, like I said, because her family had it in the news, he knew who she was.
Mm-hmm.
So he stopped and let her in.
He was talking to?
Huh?
He talked to?
He talked to
I'm saying he talked in the story too?
Yes. How you think I know he didn't want to go to work because it was his son's birthday?
Oh, okay.
But his wife was like, no. At first he wasn't going to go in, but something told him go to work. And he said, I'm going to go to work. It's only a couple of hours. It ain't going to mean nothing. He said his wife was real mad with him because they were supposed to barbecue for his son's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And because he was going to work, they was going to get a late start. He said he glad he did go to work.
Right.
But no.
Because he saved her life.
A few months before her, another little girl had been taken. And while they were searching for her, they found that little girl. He was taken by the same man. He killed that little girl. I was like...
He was going to kill her too.
Yeah, he was going to kill her. I was like, wow.
I'm glad she got away.
Right. Now she a missing child advocate. She run one of them centers.
Okay.
And I was like...
For the missing turn. Okay.
Okay. So I watched the next one, And I was like, okay. And The next girl, the police, at toward the end of the thing, he was telling her, what happened to you was not your fault. You have to move on and this, that, and the other. And I was like, God forgive me, yes it was, bitch. It was all your fault. Because at 11 years old, I had more sense than I did at 8. And at 8, I wouldn't have let nobody take me off.
Right.
So at 11, you damn sure know I wouldn't have, you know, I think girls have more sense before their hormones kick in. You know what I'm saying? Because once you hit them teen years and you're going through this, that, and the other, you get stupid. You really do.
Yeah.
And I say that because I remember a couple of weeks ago, me and Keisha was talking, and I was telling her, I said, me and my friend, I said, I got in a car with my friend and some motherfuckers. And Keisha was like, huh? I said, well, I didn't know him. She knew him. But she didn't know the dude the car was for. She knew the dude that was here with the dude with the car. And I was like, that was some crazy, dangerous ass shit to do.
Right.
I swear to God. When I realized what the hell, I started praying. And I said, God, if you get me home safely, I'll never get in the car with this dumb bitch again. She could jump in all the cars she want, but I'll never get in the car with her again under these circumstances. Because I can't remember how it really went. But she knew the dude. And I think he didn't bring his friend brought him. And they was looking for somebody for his friend. So I was like...
You was going to be somebody for his friend?
Somewhat, yeah. And, but some kind of way... And I was like, man. But this little girl was 11 years old. And she knew the man was doing wrong. But after he talked to her for a little bit, she was okay with him. And she got in his car. I was like, no. No, you can never be okay with a stranger.
Mm-mm.
But he didn't kill her. She 9 out of 10 would have made it back home, though. Because this man was a seasoned vet at what he was doing. Huh? He was a seasoned vet. And he would kidnap these girls and he'd take them for days. But he'd eventually bring them back. So, I'm guessing she would have made it back home. But her family was making so much of a stake of her, so to speak. But I know he was bringing her back home because he put a pillowcase on her head. If you wasn't going to bring her back home, you would have put a plastic bag on her head.
Right.
But he had done that to 2 kids before, 2 girls before her. One girl from Slidell and one girl from San Antonio. So they had task force all over looking for him. They knew what his MO was and what the car was and everything. He was smart. He would have got the car paid. Long story short, he killed himself, though. Which I guess in the long run, I don't blame him because...
He was going to get killed anyway once he went to prison.
No. He had already been to jail for that.
And got out?
Yeah, he had already been to jail for
and went back to doing that.
He had already been in jail for crimes against children, molestation, and stuff like that. And I don't. You got to ask them.
That's crazy.
And he was like, he always brought the girls back, though. But what he did to this little girl was just,
What did he do to her?
before he even brought her to where he was going to be at permanently with her, he raped her.
Oh, man.
Then she said they were driving through a neighborhood slowly, and she tried to jump out the car, and he told her he was going to punish her for that. And he stopped in the woods, and he sodomized her. Then they got back in the car, and they went to his cabin. And he said he was still going to punish her even more for that. I was like, wow, you was a sick fuck.
Right.
They should have just killed your ass from the get-go. And that's why I say, them type of people need to be in jail for life. Because the flesh wants what the flesh wants. I don't know, but
you're going to go to jail for that, and then you're going to get out and do the same thing. Mm-mm. You weren't really rehabilitated to begin with. You knew this is what look, you going to do that. You going to keep doing that. That's ridiculous. Mm-mm. Yeah.
And but the reason I was like, no, bitch, that was all on you, baby. Because can't no man in no car pull up next to me and ask me, I'm a grown woman. Can't no man pull up in no car next to me and ask me, do I want babysit his children for him?
Hell no.
Then he ain't even had one child in the car. Then he blocked her path. And then he started talking to her and said, well, come meet my kids. Fuck you and your kids. Get the fuck out of my way.
I mean, fuck you. Fuck your kids. Everybody. Fuck all y'all. I don't. Look. Mm-mm.
But the thing that was odd to me was when this man turned his car in the driveway and blocked her path, why didn't you go up to the door of that house?
Right. Excuse me.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's crazy.
And the thing that really was that the daddy had to go pick the sister up. They didn't say if he picked her up at home or school. But he had to go pick her sister up to bring her to a dentist appointment. And she was riding high because it was the end of the school year. So, but that man, no. Like, bitch, I'm not spending my summer watching your kids.
Right.
You know, you ain't got nothing to talk to me about no more.
Right.
And I was like, wow. That dude there who killed himself, he had really put that little child through the ringer. And I don't know how to say this, but if you know you're doing something that somebody is holding you captive, will think it's wrong, why do it and let them catch you? He tied her literally to a table with a zip tie, but she was able to escape it. And she got her book sack and she started taking pictures of the cabin and everything. But she had her agenda and she was writing in it. And she let him catch up with the agenda. And he tied it up and all that good shit.
Tour got this.
But my thing is, he was gone for hours, and the little girl said it because he had a clock on the wall. Now tell me that ain't some sick shit. But he would be gone for hours, like he was going to work or something. And if you know you could get off away from the what he got you tied up in, fuck that. I'd rather take my chances in the woods than to have him come back and keep fucking me off.
Right.
Cause she
said
said
made it to civilization.
right. Cause she said she would look out the window and she could see the city below. Look, as long as I don't run across this motherfucker again, I'm good.
Right.
Somebody gonna help me. But I know he ain't. And she said when she got loose the first time, she was there by herself for 4 hours. Now, she didn't say that she was in pain and she couldn't move or she couldn't walk.
Now, if all that was going on, I could understand that.
She
But
didn't say none of that.
I'm saying if she had said that, I could understand that. But if nothing was going on, but then again, you got up and you was taking pictures and shit. I'd got out there. Mm-mm.
She said she was making evidence for when they caught him. I was like, wow. No, I'm gonna have to go ahead on and go through these woods like I'm some
Right.
And get on.
Right. I
Because
gotta do something.
when he brought her to the cabin, it was nighttime, so she couldn't really see nothing. But what happened was, this is how he got caught. Well, this is how it panned out.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. One of his neighbors to the cabin said she saw a car matching that description down the road. So if she would have got out and walked around, she would have found somebody else. But she said I guess she was too afraid and she said all she kept thinking about was, I need to live, I need to live. I was like, but yet you stayed at the cabin. I could see the first day. But the second day, I'd had to get dust tracks. I can understand the first day, you still scared and all that shit. But this man held that girl for what? 3 or 4 days. Oh, and when he found her agenda, he had a jar full of red ants and he put it on her chest for 5 minutes. That was his way of punishing her. Sick little man.
Wow.
Like, I didn't watch the whole docu-series because it was a series, But, there was only one girl that I kind of was like, wow, she really was kidnapped. Because this man broke into her house, beat her mama and her brother down, and took her. I wanted to finish it. I think I am going to go back and finish it. But I was like, wow. Wow. It's time for me to get my fly swat out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This fly's working on my nerve.
I wish they would find my good fly swatter.
And that's kind of my fault because I had the door open and stuff, so it's kind of my fault. This shit working on my nerves. They work on my nerves. So y'all, on that note, we hope y'all enjoyed this video. What?
Why would you leave the door open and you know that the trash can smell like it smell like? You know that mean they all in there.
But the trash can was not by the door.
So the trash can in the backyard?
No, but it wasn't by the door. You think if the trash can was by the door, I'd have had it open?
It don't have to be by the door. It's close enough. It's less than 15 feet, ain't it?
But I don't know. I don't be sitting up there. 1, 2. I don't do all that.
You can't measure 15 feet by your eyes?
Bitch, right now, I can't measure 2 feet by my eyes. Okay? I'm cockeyed right now, okay? And you working on my nerves.
How you gonna sit there and you at least 3
We
feet
hope
from
y'all
that camera?
enjoyed this video. We love y'all. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for coming and watching the Rocket with us. And until next time, we're going to plant you down and dig you later. Because I know y'all can pick up what we are putting down. You hear me? Peace, y'all.
Wow. You ate all that crab?
Yes, I did. That was all I had. That was all I ate. Shit, that was all I ate. What I ate today? What did you see me eat today?
Well, I didn't
Nothing,
eat like
because
that
I had
because
nothing.
hopefully I could wrestle my sons into doing this thing with me. All 3 of them here.
Well, that's on y'all. This was my dinner, and I was going to finish it.
What do you run up to the door like that for?
Who knows? Peace, y'all.